Hi guys, it's Wendy from Bushel Peck Farm. Today I'm going to do a tutorial on how to grow a pineapple plant just using the top from a store-bought pineapple. So give me a minute to set up and I'll be right back. Okay guys, let's go over the items that you'll need to begin with. You will need to go to your local grocery store or market to pick up a pineapple. I don't usually pay attention to what size it is. It doesn't matter if it's a smaller pineapple or a larger one. I like to make sure that it's fresh, and I check the leaves on it to make sure that they don't pull out easily. That always helps. And you will need a cutting board or some type of surface to work with and a sharp knife. I can't stress that enough. If it's not sharp, then it's gonna be a challenge. I know from experience. And you'll need a glass or a vase would work. I like to use anything that's see-through so that whenever the roots do start growing, I can watch them closely. They could start within 1 to 2 weeks. Sometimes it's taken mine 3 weeks. But I like to use glasses that have a smaller rim, and I usually will have a couple on hand of different sizes depending, because the leaves right here are going to set over the rim while the bottom is into the water where the roots can grow. And you don't want it to slide down too far into the water. If that happens, it will rot and you will have to start all over. So, to get started, all you need to do is remove the top from the pineapple. You can do that any way that you would like. It's not really going to make that big of a difference. A lot of people prefer to just cut it, and I like to twist my tops off if I can. Some of them are really tough, so I'll give this one a try and see what happens. You grab it and you twist, and boy, is that booger tough. Okay, it looks like for this video, I will be cutting it for you. Now you just cut right at the base of the leaves. My camera's gonna slide around now on me. Put your pineapple to the side. Let me turn you back this way a little bit. Now, this is what it's going to look like on the bottom, and that's what you want. Now, you'll begin to pull these little leaves right here. You will pull them off, and you'll go all the way around it, pulling them off. And you want to get them off a good ways up so that a good bit's showing. Whenever you get further up, you'll see some little nubs, and those are the root nubs. And that is where your little roots are going to start growing for your pineapple. There's a lot of leaves on there, so it takes a minute. But I did a lot of different pineapples. I watched a lot of tutorial videos, I read a lot of blogs, and no matter what I did, I couldn't make it work. So eventually I just decided that I would try different techniques from different ones that I learned and see if I could come up with something, and this technique has worked for me every time. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but there's what looks like all these little roots right here, and I want to go up a little bit farther. I like to give mine plenty of room to grow, because the truth of the matter is, once the roots grow, they get to about 2 to 3 inches long, and then you can plant them in dirt. But all of this that you see that's green right here is all going to look like it's dying. It's going to turn tan and brown, and it's going to curl back, and each one of these are going to die. Now you'll know if yours is still alive, because in the center, that's where all the new growth comes from. And it'll be kind of ugly to begin with, but after a while, that on the inside will start getting bigger and bigger, and it gets really, really beautiful. I've had my first one for almost 2 years now, and you're supposed to be able to get a pineapple about this time. So I'm pretty excited about that. Now, can you see, I'm not sure if it's showing in the video how much, but there's about almost an inch. Some people might do it a little more. It's not going to hurt it if you do. But there are fresh root nubs, the little nubs right there. That is where your roots are going to start growing from, and they're little white roots. And then you take your glass with your water and you set it down, and then you make sure that it's only covering the roots. It looks like my glass is going to hold it well, but I don't have quite enough water to cover all my roots. So I'm just going to add a little more water and set it back in and see, and that looks about perfect. So I will take and I'll put this glass with my pineapple top in it, and I will sit it, I just sit mine on top of my refrigerator in the kitchen, and it works perfectly. It likes to be warm, but it doesn't necessarily need to have direct sunlight, and it works every time. So hopefully this tutorial has given you some ideas or helped you a little bit. And if you have any questions, just comment below. And thank you for watching my channel.